And if any other presence person are doing the same, they must notify the chairperson at this time. Is anyone else recording the meeting? No. Very good. Attendance. David Singer is absent. I am present. The mayor is absent. Chief Strand.
Yes.
Present. Diana Schindler. Carol Collins.
Here.
Thank you. David M. Oh, Steve Draculich. No. Talk to him. Gene Wall. No. Amy McMahon.
Here.
Thanks, Amy. Jen Stromston
Here.
and Jim Nguyen.
Here.
Thanks. Non-voting members, Laura Phelps. Marla Warner. George Vanderlinder. Fernando is here. Chief Haig. Peter MacGyver. I saw Peter.
Present.
Present, and Greg Diefendorf.
Mr.
Joyce.
Chair, FYI, George Vanderlinder has retired.
Oh, thanks. Does make a difference.
Glitch
Neil
update.
Joyce is
Oh, for new George.
New George.
Yep.
Neil Joyce is present.
Yes.
Trina is present.
Yes.
Covered everybody, haven't I? All right. First item on the agenda, update on the payment submittals and current budget status. Neil, I mailed out the budget to everybody, the updated budget, so I should have that.
Thanks, Butch. I will just share my screen
Yep.
and just sort of do a quick review of the budget where we stand. Everybody got that?
Yep.
So payments this month were largely progress payments to ourselves, the architect, contractor, as well as the testing services. So total expenditures to date are rolling in just over 10.25 million. Our remaining expenditures are a little over 11.4 million, so we're just over 47% complete. We have incorporated change orders 1 and 2 into the budget. Change order 3 has yet to be signed by the city. We presented that last month. And change order 4 will be up for discussion today. I would be happy to take any questions on the budget or expenditures. We can talk about the change order now, Butch, or we can wait. Your call.
Sure. Any questions on the budget? And then Neil will present the change order for Dynamics. I have to say something because I can't see everybody. I'm sorry. Sounds like no questions. Yeah, okay, Neil, update on change order 4.
Change order 4 is relatively small. Total amount requested for approval is $5,054.79. It's made up of 2 PCOs, excuse me. The first one was for a change in where the water main connection was made in Main Street. So we were requested to tap a larger main than was originally requested. So the difference in cost for the larger tapping sleeve, there was no change in labor, was $829.34. And then in addition to that, there was some additional added carpentry work per numerous field directives from the architect. And that was including cutting ventilation opening in the metal deck in the area, I'm sorry, in the attic area to allow for ventilation through the trusses, and transition flashing over an unexpected joint along grid line 3 where some additional steel was removed as part of change order 3. And that was in the amount of $4,225.45. Previously stated total is $5,054.79 for change order 4 in its entirety.
That's not included in the update in the budget, right, Neil?
It is not. We will transfer, as I said, we'll transfer both change order 3 from last month and change order 4 from this month with an affirming vote of the committee today.
Okay. So let's just talk about the updated budget, and then when we get to change order updates, we'll take up change order 4 for a vote.
Okay,
All right, any questions of anybody currently on what Neil has spoken
Butch, I'll
about?
make one other comment regarding the budget, and that is related to furniture, fixtures, and equipment.
Okay,
Since our last meeting, oh, did I not put the dollars in? Here we go, station alerting. Since the last meeting, we have finalized the expected quote for the provision of the station alerting system. The total amount of that quote is about $115,000, coupled with the coupled with the $40,000 for the radio equipment and antenna. Our line item total for communications equipment is $157,736.54. So I will note to the committee that our original budget, for communications equipment was $100,000. So we're over $57,000 on this line item, and we will also be making that contribution from contingency along with the funding of change orders 3 and 4 with our budget update next month.
okay. Questions by anybody on that? The alerting system process has been going on now for several months, so it's good to see that it's finally finalized and in the budget. And
I
we've
will
got-
also note, Butch, the alerting system is for the equipment only. It's not, does not include the labor or installation. That is still currently being worked out. Who is going to do that work, whether it's done by the electrical contractor or an outside labor source. We'll get there eventually.
Right, and that was anticipated, that it would be separate.
Honestly, no, not entirely, but it was, when I got the quote and read through it, it was pretty apparent that the quote did not include the labor. So we'll figure that out as we move forward.
Any questions on anybody about the alerting system, the cost, difference in price?
Can I make a comment here?
Sure, go ahead, Chief.
So one of the complications that we did not anticipate when we were talking about this system was we got the original quote for the actual hardware and everything that goes into the building. What wasn't taken into account that I personally didn't understand that we were going to need that, nor did we get information ahead of time from the vendor that this was going to be the case. But in order to make the system work appropriately, we had to add a dispatch component of it. The dispatch component is the main reason why that item went over and where the adjustment had to be made. I'll answer any questions on that if anybody has them.
Anybody has any questions for the chief? All right, so why don't we take up the updated budget? A motion to accept as presented. There's a motion out there.
So moved.
Second.
All right, any further debate? All right, all those in favor? Aye for me, Chief?
Aye.
Carol?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Amy?
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
And Jim?
Yes.
Okay, unanimous. Okay. So I think we just went over the alerting system, so we should be all set with that unless anybody else has got any more questions on the alerting system. All right. Change order update. So Neil, if you could just run over that change order 4 one more time so we can have a motion for that.
Two change orders, the tapping sleeves and some miscellaneous additional carpentry. Total for the change order was $5,054.79
Okay, is there a
To-
motion
to
to
be-
approve?
to be funded from contingency.
Is there a motion to,
Second.
was that you, Amy?
Yes.
All right, thanks. Any further discussion on the change order or update and cost? No, all right. I vote yes. Chief,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
thank you. Steve?
Yeah.
Amy,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
and Jim.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay. So we already did approve the updated budget. That was. Okay, the project update, design team OPM, updates on the design and construction progress and the schedule going forward. Katrina, can you update us on where we're at, what we're doing?
Okay, currently, as most of you see as you're driving in and around, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot happening on the outside, but on the inside, there's quite a bit moving forward in there. The stud walls within the front part of the building, where there are offices, bunk rooms, the training room, etc., those stud walls are going up. The slabs have been poured inside the building. CMU block walls inside the building are starting to go up and they're moving quite quickly in there. The metal roofing has not been installed yet, but the material is on site and ready to be installed very soon. So that will go on the trussed parts of the building towards the front. And the electrical, plumbing, mechanical, they keep working. I know mechanical isn't on site yet, but they have fabricated ductwork in their shop and they're getting ready to go.
Good. And I have sent out DA Sullivan's Procore pictures, so folks do have some pictures of what's going on the inside as well. Any questions for Katrina? I mean, we're definitely on schedule. We're doing really well. Things are moving, even though the rain, I know the roof was maybe scheduled to start a little bit last week, but they've moved some of those workers to another project because of the weather, but they'll be back on, I'm assuming next week to start on the roof work. But the inside, I took a tour on Monday with Neil and others, and the inside's coming along quite nicely. All the studs are up, some of the sheetrock's up, a lot of the electrical's in place, a lot of the plumbing's in place. So they're moving along really well. Any further questions for either Katrina or Neil?
Butch, I probably should just add that we are continuing to pursue mitigation measures with the electrical contractor and DA Sullivan regarding the delivery of the main switch that is still forecast for delivery in March of next year, which is about 90 days later than we want it. We're still pursuing alternatives, which include opening the station with less than the full 1200 amps of power that's being provided to the facility. And that would help to alleviate any schedule issues. However, it may not be feasible depending on the electrical loads of the building. People need to keep in mind, this is an all-electric building by choice. So to open up with only 2/3 of the power available in a critical public safety facility may not be feasible. So we're still continuing to pursue that. and still continuing to explore all other options. And in the meantime, we have advised both New England Builders and Box Modular that the city will be entertaining, or I should say, engaging the extension of the lease agreements on the temporary station for the additional 6 months and perhaps more than what was originally anticipated in the contract.
Right. And that's been a subject of the last, well, several Monday meetings of, with the OPM and the designer and DA Sullivan to try to work with the subs to come up with a plan, a process, so that we can at least open the building and move out of the temporary on a somewhat timely basis and cut our costs there, which in January are rather expensive to heat the place as well as pay the lease going forward. So it's a full court press to try and mitigate that situation and come up with a solution. And I believe, Katrina, didn't you say there was going to be a meeting of all the subs and Eversource and DA Sullivan to try to work out a plan coming up real soon?
The call will be arranged with our electrical engineer on the team and Universal and DA Sullivan. So Universal being the electrical subcontractor, they're the ones who need to talk with our engineer directly. So we want to get all the minds talking together and looking for those solutions. So as many different ideas as we can think of to try to make it happen. That's what we're aiming for, so that, as you said, there's a timely moving out of the temporary and into this new station.
Any questions by anybody? Where we are, where we're going, where we're at? Things are going well. And it's feeling good. We just got that one little glitch going on right now. I put down for the next meeting Thursday, August the 10th. Everybody feel okay with that? That's about when we've been meeting, towards the end of the second week of each month. I know it's in the middle of the summer and it's vacation time and people are away, but because we're only meeting once a month, the budget updates and these invoices and other issues, change order stuff, need to be acted upon at least once a month. So everybody feel pretty good about that? Good. All right. All right. Okay. Motion for adjournment. We'll see you on August 10th.
So
Thanks,
moved.
everybody. Enjoy your
Second.
summer.
Thanks,
All in
everybody.
favor? Aye. Aye. Thanks.
Thanks, Butch.
Take care.
Yep. Bye-bye.
See ya.
40 stop.